Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo May 31, 2022. Mars has just begun its transit of your solar 12th house, where it will stay until July 5th. This house is the sector of processing, privacy, and review, and Mars here is a signal to pay more attention to your need for renewal and replenishment. Energy can be at a lower point, which encourages you to slow down, digest, process, and rest more often. You could temporarily feel less clear or confident about your plans, but this apparent slowdown isn't a stroke of bad luck. Instead, it's a time for a spirit boost or recharge. You're reorienting yourself in preparation for busier, more assertive times. Avoid inclinations towards self-deception or devious tactics to get what you want, as these never truly satisfy. Instead, seek ways to put lingering problems behind you, as it's a good time to handle matters from the past. Today, you might revisit decisions or opportunities related to travel, education, publishing, and legal issues. Your personal belief system continues to deepen, and it's a powerful time for reworking and refining old methods and procedures. You could be dealing or meeting with people from your past or with whom you have unfinished business. Single, crushing, or already romantically attached, there's no denying the effects of today's revelatory trine between Mercury retrograde in your sign and smoldering Pluto via your exotic 9th house of adventure, faith, and belief systems. Do keep in mind that shadowy Pluto also governs your 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, which means you could discover something that's been hidden from your conscious mind. Moreover, upon the moon's shift into warrior-like Aries, it will join forces with lucky Jupiter and the wounded healer, Chiron, via your 12th house of closure, dreams, and all things behind the scenes. Follow your inner knowing. Growing and furthering your development in your career could be tiresome. However, you may have a better idea moving forward after Mercury retrograde in your sign trines Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Pluto retrograde encourages Mercury retrograde to go deep, to embrace your professional truth. As a result, your mind may jump back to previous ideas and curiosities that you could further explore in your professional journey. You could even bring these topics up again in conversation to see what others have to say or if anything has changed in terms of opportunities. Halfway between Mercury's departure from your income sector earlier in the week, something that ended his retrograde phase here, and a new moon that is all about looking forward, the sun continues to keep the solar spotlight on your income situation and matters. You've had a chance to look back, and there will soon be a chance to move forward, with a chance in between to stay in the moment. Your advice is in great demand. Because of your high energy levels, you are happy to comply, but take care not to give too much of yourself. You might suffer a burnout and lose interest in others. It's fine to ask others to return the favor. Ultimately, relationships work best when give and take are done in equal measure. You're so much fun. How did you end up with all of these boring, repetitive tasks? Sadly, you can't do much about it aside from digging in and peeling those potatoes. After all, someone cute might join for dinner tonight. As soon as you arrive on the scene, you find that rivals seem to fade from view. Maintaining a natural approach helps you get the attention from any potential admirers. Make the most of your desirability and appeal, but be sure you don't overdo the swagger. Any exaggerated conduct can quickly become a turn-off. The good news is, you're going to look your best today. The glow on your face will come from a mysterious inner source, or at least that's how others may perceive it. You may not exactly feel well balanced on the inside, but you certainly can enjoy being told you look great. Go ahead and enhance it by styling your hair differently or spending a little extra time in the bathroom pulling yourself together. Oh, and by the way, there is no bad news. Chances are you're not going to feel much like getting together with others today. In fact, you may decide that what you really want is time alone. This can happen when a vibration occurs, and it is also one of its best effects. By taking the time to increase your self-awareness and to relax, you also increase your energy levels and creativity. Emotional well-being is dependent on a balance between time with others and time alone. Strike that balance today. With the moon still in your career sector after yesterday's new moon but starting to separate from the sun, there is a chance to ride the waves of new momentum this is creating while gaining a better understanding of their different influences. The sun has the solar spotlight on your career and professional situation, matters and options, but in a black and white way. As the moon fuels your professional instincts and imagination, this allows you to read between the lines and join the dots, with the two equally important views overlapping just as there is a chance for a reset. Thanks to the moon's departure from an adventurous part of your chart yesterday, Venus, the planet of love, has been able to hit the ground running after returning over the weekend. Venus has returned to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together, only to find that this is something that both the moon and stars were already onto. Our eyes in the sky. We could feel a huge shift this morning, when the sun changes signs from sensitive Cancer to proud and fiery Leo. If you have a tendency to put others first, now is the time to focus just a bit more on yourself. Unfortunately, this could be easier said than done when the moon makes a challenging aspect to Chiron this afternoon. There could be a lot of egos flying around right now, and though you might find it difficult to set boundaries with people who rub you the wrong way, it's important for your mental health to do so. Venus and Jupiter face off in the cosmos throughout the day, which could tempt you into being overly generous with others. Remember that it's okay to say no to someone, and it's totally acceptable to bestow the love and energy you freely give to others back on yourself. By mid-afternoon, a helpful connection between the moon and Uranus could bring pleasant surprises your way, especially in your professional life. Your status could get a little upgrade as well, so don't be afraid to show off what an amazing masterpiece you are. As the day comes to a close, you could feel worn out from all of the day's energy, which could cause you and others to shut down. Don't take it personally if someone doesn't answer your messages tonight. Like you, they probably just need some quiet time to decompress. In the morning, Venus, having just made its ingress into Virgo, opposes Jupiter in Pisces, an excellent transit for relaxation, play, or vacationing, if we have budgeted our time and resources correctly. The carefree nature of this aspect can cause us to be unwisely generous and philanthropic. Our intentions may be good, but we risk neglecting our own interests, giving something away that we actually need. At this time, we are not especially disciplined in our thinking, believing that good things come to those who sacrifice, and although there may be some truth to this, we should strive to be conservative so as not to find ourselves in a tough spot when the glow of the day wears off. Following this, the sun exits emotional Cancer to enter expressive Leo, its domicile. In the month ahead, our focus shifts from private to public spheres of engagement. We become more comfortable in sharing our creative ideas, as well as our identity, on a wider stage. This is an excellent time for challenging imposter syndrome and defying the inner critic who suggests we seek smallness to avoid attracting the wrong kind of attention. During Leo season, life is a performance piece. We must be willing to own our talents and gifts and to be unapologetic about taking up space. In doing so, we welcome those with similar interests into our orbit, making connections from a place of mutual appreciation and authenticity. On the other hand, we should check our pride often over the next 4 weeks. Declining to tame an overinflated ego can lend to conflict and needless drama. As always, there is merit in striking a balance between confidence and arrogance.